Hi, my name's Jules and I'm a massive homosexual. So today I'm going to be sharing with you some signs of that I liked women when I was growing up that went straight over my head and you might be dealing with yourself. Number 1, looking at my notes. So I was always interested in LGBTQ plus rights. For example, there was a lesbian couple down the road from me, and that was kind of like my first exposure to lesbian couple, and I was always just kind of fascinated with the fact that, whoa, you can be with a woman and that's what I could possibly do. The whole idea was new to me and it was just fascinating. And even though I was never really interested in marriage as a concept, I was kind of interested. And I know that a lot of gays go through this because of the whole compulsory heterosexuality situation where we're taught that a man and a female, that's it, like that's the only option, unfortunately. I mean, it's alright for some, but not for me, and not for a lot of people. Oof. So, the next one. It's not as well known, it's not as well talked about as some of the rest of them that I'm going to share with you. But I distinctly remember being in primary school, and this is when girls started to fancy boys. I mean, I can't relate, but you know, we'll get to that. So, for example, everyone would just start fancying boys. And in my head I was just kind of like, well, I don't. So who am I going to choose to fancy? And it didn't occur to me that that's really weird and not normal. You should not choose who you fancy. It should happen naturally. And I was in a few situations where I'd find someone objectively attractive, and in my brain that meant, oh, you must fancy them. So I'd like literally force myself to fancy them. And it would just be really weird. And it would just make me so unhappy, basically. So if you ever go through that thought, don't do that. It just stresses you out. And it's just not good. Not good. And it happened throughout secondary school as well. A few of my friends fancied someone, and I thought I fancied them too. I didn't, obviously. But yeah, I never had a relationship at school because I just didn't fancy anyone. And I even thought I was on the ace spectrum at one point because I just didn't fancy anyone at all. So that's another indicator. Little gay flag. You might be a homosexual. And vice versa for if you're a boy and you didn't fancy any of the girls. Same situation basically. Okay, the next one is I never identified as straight. I know it's a bit obvious, but I remember having a conversation with my friends and they were all like, oh my god, yeah, boys. And I was like, same. And they were like, yeah, I'm straight. And I was like, yeah, I'm straight. And I remember just being like, ew, that feels strange. I thought about it for a while, like, why did that feel strange? And it only occurred to me a couple of years back, oh, the reason why that felt weird is because I am indeed not straight. And it's just amusing that went straight over my head at the time. A little side anecdote. I remember my mate, he called me a lesbian as a joke because at the time I knew I was some sort of gay, but I didn't know what. And I distinctively remember feeling like, I've thought about that. I quite like that. And it just kind of fit. And then from on then, I identified as a lesbian. So I'm thankful for him saying that, basically. Anyway, I'm getting ahead of myself. So this one's a bit more obvious and a bit more light-hearted, but you admire the female anatomy and the female form. So as we all know, women are just beautiful. They just are. And I'd always just found them beautiful. I'd always be like, oh my god, they're so pretty. I even remember just scrolling through all my likes on Tumblr and it was just female, 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 cat, female, female, female. This is when the cogs started to turn in my little gay head. That maybe, just maybe, you like girls. Okay, so the next one is media. So a few examples for this one is when I'd be watching TV and there would be a gay couple on there. It doesn't even have to be a lesbian couple. It can be like a male and male couple. It can even be a male and male couple. I was always like, whoa, cool. And I'd always just be obsessed with it. But especially if it was a lesbian couple. And then that led to me just kind of browsing the internet, like, and watching a lot of YouTube, for example, Rose and Rosie. And just, it was just always fascinating. I had also always wanted to go to Pride since I'd found out that that was actually a thing. The whole thing of just celebrating with other people in the community just sounded amazing, and it always had resonated in my heart that I wanted to go there. Even before I knew I was one of them, I just wanted to celebrate and be an ally. So to conclude, a lot of these are quite obvious if you think about it now, but at the time they were just straight over my head, and I wish I had the information that there is now on the internet to help me as a baby gay. This is pretty much the main reason why I want to start making queer-based videos, to help people figure out who they are, essentially. Because it's a struggle for a lot of people actually, through their gay journey. I forgot to film an outro, that's why it is slightly darker, but I will leave all my social medias down below if you want to be my gay friend, because that'll be nice. Please share your experiences as well in the comments of blatantly obvious signs you were gay, because I think it's hilarious how stupid we all are. Also, don't forget to like and subscribe. Holla!